Good morning YouTube, it's Lynn from Perth in WA. I just thought I'd do a very quick update. There's not much to show you, but we are well on the way into winter now. The cooler weather or colder weather has definitely come in, and we've had rain now for the last couple of days. So my water barrel over in the corner there is almost full. My RO unit barrels are definitely full, and I'm starting to fill the wheelie bins. So plus I've got 5 litre, what do you call them, containers that are full to the brim in the shed. So things are starting to happen rain wise, and I'm so pleased. The only flower that I have out at the moment that you haven't seen is this gorgeous little white cattleya with the very softest hint of yellow or lemon in its throat. This bloomed last year and I might have shown it to you then, but at least now I can put a label in and identify it and get a nice photograph of it. My beautiful orange potnara is just about to go over, but not all is lost. We have one more to come. So I will do another picture for you when this one opens up, because the colour is very pale when it opens, and it's actually beautiful in its own right. So we'll see that again when it opens, but because it's so cold, I guess it will be quite a number of days, maybe even close to a week before that one actually comes into full bloom. And this little thing down here, I was very disappointed because it didn't bloom, or its flowers seemed to blast, but in actual fact they haven't. I think it was the cold. They've now opened and I'm able to show you what they look like, and that's what it is. They're still quite green on the petals, no sorry, on the sepals down below. And let me just get this around here, try not to break it, Lynn. Yeah, that one's not doing so well, and this one may open up. I probably should bring it indoors, you know, because a bit of warmth might help it. And this is, if I can see it, I have a great difficulty in reading things upside down, so I better put it the right way up. So there we are. It's, I still can't see it, no glasses on. You might be able to see it better than me. It's a Star Bright anyway. It's an SLC Star Bright, but it's the yellow version. It's usually bright orange, but this is the yellow version. So it's quite pretty in its own right, and I was thinking of maybe letting this go next year, but we'll see what happens. Now that I know it doesn't like flowering in the cold, when it gets its buds on, I will bring it inside and see what happens then. The little what's this, Pelican Lake is still showing us some beauty, but it's going over. I've already lost one, so hopefully that will give me a better show next year. What else have we got? Fleckerite is coming. My little orange is still going strong up there. I don't know, but it could be a Fuchs Golden Nugget. I don't know, or Orange Nugget. It's very similar. When my nugget comes out, I'll be able to compare it. But that's a long way off, I think. Guatemalensis is still doing fine. Lots of sheaths. Again, I don't know if this one, oh, this one's actually broken through. Look at that. I've just seen that for the first time today. So it's coming guys, and I know you're going to love it when you see it. All my little babies are out here, so it's not so, I don't know if it's any warmer out here. I don't think it is. Let's have a look at the clocks today. It's probably 19 degrees. I've got good humidity. It's the only time I actually see any humidity is during the later seasons, late autumn, winter. My mounts, I've given my mounts some love because they don't do well for me, and it's my own damn fault because I don't look after them well. So they've all got some extra moss, and they've all got extra coir around them. They're bone dry, so I'm going to give them, actually no, they're not, that's still damp. and it's probably 3 days since I've watered them. I might give them some warm water later with a little bit of food in. There's another one there. That's a species Telomnia. Oops. Oh, well, it was. What fell out? I don't know. Oh, just a bit of the... Look, I was having some fun. I was playing, and I got some craft clay from Bunnings, and I made myself a little clay mount, but it's going to have to come off there. Or I'll mount that on something else. This is just totally inadequate. So nothing else really out here. My tall plant movable tree, I've taken the ones off the top there. They're now out the front in the shade house. My Aranthes grandiflora, now this has stopped blooming, and it bloomed sequentially for quite some time, as you know if you've been following it, but it's now getting new growth, which I'm glad about because it needs to. And I actually, not long after I was given this, I took a piece off from here and I gave it to my girlfriend Lynn, because she's always giving me stuff, and I thought she'd like this. But now we're going to have to go back to the source from the Species Society and ask him if he'd get her one going, because I'm not going to muck around with it anymore. I definitely don't want to lose this beautiful, beautiful plant. My new growth from the Angraecum is going well, just down here. It's growing. Can't see any, spikes coming out yet, but I'm not sure about when it flowers. I lost a piece off my, oh gosh, I'm going to have to look, I can't remember. My Biana, this new growth here, it just flopped over, so I pulled it off and put some stuff on it to stop it going rotten. Yes, my Coelogenes are doing okay. I repotted my Coelogenes about 3 weeks ago. Took a little piece off for a friend of mine who's always giving me plants. He's as many plants as I've gotten rid of in this last season. He's probably given as many to fill it all up again. And it's only because I go over and help him clean his place up and get his orchids repotted, which is very nice of him. I'm not complaining, honestly. My babies are out having some sunshine. They're just sitting up there and down there. And talking about my, oh, hang on, I must show you these. These are up now. Now we've had some rain. These are powering on. These are West Australian terrestrials, and this is Pterostylis certa. And these, I'm not sure if these are WA ones, but they're Pterostylis recurva. But I didn't think the recurva was going to do anything. When we have our species orchid meetings, we have a raffle, as most of the societies do. We have a raffle, but you can only win species plants, and there are some of our guys who are really into the Australian terrestrials, and they do very well with them. Well, apparently they've been harvesting their bulbs, so for like 2 or 3 meetings the bulbs were offered in the raffle, and I was fortunate enough to win a bag of 6. There's only 4 come up, but there were 6 bulbs. Now they may come up, I don't know, they might just be stragglers, but I've been following because we're not going to meetings anymore, we've started up a website, a Facebook page for species, and everyone's saying, oh yes, my Pterostylis are up and doing well. Well, now I can join them and say, yes, mine are up. And that's probably 66% success. So I'm not complaining at all. And another lot of good news is my friend who I've been helping has suggested, well, I suggested it. I've got this old cocky cage out in the front garden, which I thought I might turn into a little house for my mounts, but he said no, it's not going to be good enough because with the watering it's going to rust pretty quick and it'll eventually fall apart. So we scrapped that idea, but And the reason the camera is on this area now, because this is where I keep my bigger Hoyas and some pot plants. He suggested that he makes me a little hothouse to sit against this wall, because in the winter the wall will keep it a bit warmer. So folks, I'm going to have a mini hothouse. How about that? It's probably going to cost me $200, a little bit more, for him to build it and for the equipment. He won't charge me for building it, but he will have to charge me for the parts, which I'm happy to pay for. So I'm going to have a hothouse, guys, and I've got a couple of little fans which we can put on a timer to come on when it drops below, what's the requirement, 15 degrees. I've got down there, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a couple of portable, what do you call, foggers. So that will go in there, and I've got a plug here. We can just run a lead over the top and down into the hothouse. So I don't know when that will happen, but it's going to happen. So lucky me. He suggests that I put all my fowls in, which are sitting over here. And talking of fowls, I found some pots in Bunnings. They're water wells. Now, they were only $2 each, but my glass bowls, which I was drilling holes in and using those for semi-hydro. Now, they're lovely, but I get so much algae on them and I have to clean them, which is annoying. It's not really, it's just a bit time consuming because I had so many of them. So I've scrapped that idea and I've bought these. So this is a water well. They're just $2 each. And the ones that I've got in waterculture now, I'm going to put those in here. So I've already started. That one's in, as is this one, that one, that one. That's still in a pot, just sitting in there. And that one's also just sitting in a pot. So, and I've also still got my self-watering pots, which I'm not going to take them out of, but when I get my hothouse, they will go in there and we'll see what they do for me. And also all the little babies can go in there too. So yes, that's going to happen. So good news, my spikes are doing well, or these two are anyway. Whoops, let's pull, or very gently pull you to the front. These two are lagging behind. I don't know if it's just a bit cold. Maybe I should bring this one indoors just while those little tiny spikes get some growth on them. Oh, 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 look what I've just seen. A spike. Can you see it? Just here. I didn't know that was there because I was wondering why Mama hadn't spiked, because she had 2 last year plus 2 on the keiki. That's why it put out. Maybe she only had 1, but it put on a monstrous show, this one. Absolutely monstrous. It's so pretty and it's extremely perfumed, so it has to be close to the species, whatever it is. Anyway, that's my story for today. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. And Puss says hello, Fernanda, because she likes looking at him. Yes, say hello to Fernanda. Okay, that's your lot. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.